Hey guys, and welcome back. My name is Kane King, and today we're going to be playing Trails in the Sky. For me, this is a pretty interesting game for me. I ended up playing Trails of Cold Steel as the first game of the Legends of the Heroes series that I played. And then come to find out, there's a lot of other games that are all interconnected. And I want to play those, so I'm going to start doing the whole series for the Legend of the Heroes. And of course, what better place to start than the first game? So let's see how this adventure unfolds. I will be playing on normal, since there is nothing easier. Hmm. Daddy's really late. I even got a message from the guild saying he'd come home today, too. And Shara's gone traveling around the kingdom for some kind of training. I'm so bored. Maybe I'll just practice with my staff a bit more before dinner. Hey, I'm home. Daddy! Sorry to have kept you waiting, Estelle. Did you take good care of the house while I was away? Of course I did. Did you run into any trouble, Dad? I'm not gonna keep saying Daddy. You didn't get hurt fighting the bad monsters, did you? Nope. I'm as fit as a fiddle. That reminds me, though. I brought you a present. Really? What kind of present? A new fishing pole, sneakers, something for my training? Maybe I raised you wrong, Estelle. Aren't little girls supposed to like clothes and jewelry? I like pretty clothes, but they just get dirty. And jewelry breaks when you go play outside with it on. Anyway, Daddy, what's with the big blanket? Is that my present? Oh, you're a sharp one. Now, why don't you come have a look? Sweetie, when you're bringing boys home as presents for your daughter, you might need to rethink your parenting techniques. Like, really rethink your parenting techniques. What? Well, here you are. Quite a handsome boy, don't you think? Why is my present a boy? Don't make such a fuss or you'll wake him up. Wake him up? You mean he's still alive? You thought your father was going to bring you a dead boy? Oh, that's ridiculous. Looks kind of dead, if you ask me. Can you not tell the difference between sleep and dead? I've treated his wounds, so he should be in stable condition. In the meantime, however, you'll need to let him rest. I'll put him to bed, so if you wouldn't mind heating a kettle of water on the stove, I'd appreciate it. Okay. No, this is not okay. He sure sleeps soundly. And he almost looks the same age as me. This is the first time I've ever seen black hair like that, too. He certainly does have a nice head of dark hair. And a pair of amber eyes to go with it. That's nice and all. But how about you come clean and fess up? Fess up? Yeah, who is this kid anyway? And why is he hurt? I probably got beat. He probably got beat up. Why did you bring him to our house? Is he an illegitimate child or something? Did you betray mommy? First off, where have you been picking up these kinds of words? No doubt from Scheherazade, I assume. Yep, that's right. For heaven's sake, that girl is going to get me into trouble one of these days with all her nonsense. Actually, I just met this boy while I was out on business, and I don't even know his name. You mean bracer business? Something like that. Oh, look. Huh? He's waking up. Ooh. Wow. His eyes really are the color of amber. Where am I? So you're awake now, are you? Welcome to my humble home. You'll be safe here, so please just try to rest. What are you trying to pull? Huh? You must be out of your mind. Why don't you just leave? Why didn't you just leave me there to die? Why? Now that's a question I don't know how to answer. Does things just worked out that way work for you? Don't toy with me, Cassius Bright. My, just throwing people's names out there. Do you have any idea what you're getting yourself involved in? Hey, jumping on the wounded is not a good idea. You're sure shouting a lot for someone who's supposed to be hurt. Running your mouth like that is just gonna make it take longer for your body to heal. And just who are you supposed to be? I'm Estelle. Estelle Bright. She's my daughter. Don't you remember me telling you that I have a daughter your age? Now that you mention it. Wait a minute. Don't try to change the subject. Just jumping on people. Rude. Quit yelling. Alright already. But you jumping on me like that isn't going to make me heal any faster either. I don't hear you yelling again, do I? Look, jumping on me like that is just going to make things worse. Do I hear yelling? Never mind, just forget it. As a word of advice, it would be wise not to argue with Estelle while you're in this house. Even I wouldn't stand a chance if I made her mad enough. Yeah, I can see that. By the way, aren't you forgetting something? Huh, your name. You know that thing that people call you? Told you mine already, so don't you think it would be unfair and impolite to not tell me yours? It seems like the logical thing to do if you ask me. Trying to hide it now would only serve to your detriment. Fine. My name is... You know what I don't like? Why would you do... Okay, I personally loved that entire intro. It really gave me old school vibes of like, it gave me like Suikoden vibes. It's like it's showing a bunch of important characters, and oh, I love it. Oh, I can't wait. The only thing that would make this game personally better for me, because I love this, like I love the sprites. I love like how some of it is pre-rendered. Um, and how like it gives me that old school look that I wanted to play for a long time. Especially because this came out in like 2003. So like in 2003, you were expecting a lot more, or at least a bit more, especially after like a bunch of 3D games had started coming out in the RPG genre, more or less. Uh, but I like this. I can't wait to play more. It's so bright in here. Big stretch. Slept like a rock. Do rocks sleep? That must mean it's Dad's turn to cook this morning. I wonder if that means Joshua's still in bed. Yep, guess that's a no. Nice, Joshua. Bravo. Good morning, Estelle. Oh, and the music just kicking in. It's so lighthearted. I hope I didn't wake you. Nah, I was just already up when I heard you start to play. Can't believe how awake you are, though. Even the roosters still have bags under their eyes. Not that I mind, what with the siren song of yours gently lulling this beautiful woman from her slumber. What do you mean, woman? We're the same age, and I'm hardly a man. How wrong you are, Joshua. We may be the same age, but I am clearly the woman of the house. And that makes you something like my loyal follower, wouldn't you agree? Yeah. How fortunate for you. You could at least try and sound a tiny bit sincere. It really is a nice tune, though. Cheerful, yet somehow wistful. I like your other songs too, of course, but this one's my favorite. What's it called again? The Whereabouts of Light. Of course. That's right, The Whereabouts of Light. I wish I could play the harmonica like you, Joshua. Sadly, it's a lot harder than it looks. Compared to what it takes to use a staff, I think the harmonica is much easier. It's really just a matter of concentration. You're probably right. I guess my problem is just that if I don't do something that uses my whole body, I start to feel drowsy. Okay, playing the harmonica is fine and all, but how about we getting some exercise too? All your hobbies are sitting around kind of stuff like reading and music. No girl is going to be impressed with just that. Well, excuse me for being so unpopular with the ladies. Although, I feel like I should be the one lecturing you about your hobbies. I mean, what kind of boy wants a girl who loves fishing, collecting bugs, and has a fetish for sports shoes? That's enough talk about hobbies for now. And for your information, I graduated from bug collecting a long time ago. Really? I'll believe that when I stop finding beetles in the hallway. Hey, Estelle, Joshua. Morning, Pops. Good morning. Is breakfast ready? It's ready and waiting. Why don't you both of you hurry down before it gets cold? Gotcha. I'm on the way. Thanks for the grub, Dad. Boy, am I stuffed. Are you eating or inhaling? Like people say, kids who eat and sleep a lot grow a lot. That's not how that works. Well, make sure you get enough to eat, but don't forget to pour that energy into your work, too. That reminds me, you two are finishing up your training at the guild today, aren't you? That's right. It'll be the review of everything we've learned up to this point. And once we finish, we'll be bracers just like you. That means I'm not going to let you treat me like a kid anymore, either. You still lack understanding, Estelle. You can only become a junior bracer in the beginning, or in other words, a trainee. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you should work hard in your training and become a full-fledged bracer. Well, I'm not afraid of a little hard work. Just you watch and see what I'm capable of. I'll be so successful that it won't be long before I pass you too. That's the spirit. Let's see what you're made of then, shall we? Let's not start a rivalry here, you two. And Estelle, keep your focus on the task at hand. We have a test later on today, remember? Huh? Wait, what test? Please tell me that you didn't forget about the test, Estelle. You know, the one that checks whether or not you've mastered the skills we've been learning and training. Don't you remember Shara saying that if we failed, we'd be stuck with a ton of extra homework? Crap. Totally forgot. Now that you mention it, I guess I kind of remember her saying something like that. Don't sweat it. I'm sure we'll manage somehow or other. I honestly don't know how you've survived this long, Estelle. Your brain is like a sieve. Papa said. How could any child of mine end up with such a careless, over-optimistic personality? Aha, you're the one that raised me, so I definitely got it from you. I swear the two of you act so much alike, but whatever. We should probably head over to the guild soon, Estelle. Cher's going to be waiting there for us. Sounds like a plan. You know how crazy scary she gets when someone keeps her waiting. They don't even have animations for getting out of chairs. They just phase out of chairs. I love it. Oh. Oh, before I forget, it's my turn to cook dinner tonight. Is there anything in particular you'd like to eat, Dad? Any requests? Something I'd like to eat, huh? How about Rouen-style scalloped fish and a balsamic vinegar sauce? What is that? I think that's a little more than Estelle's cooking skills can handle. Or our stomachs. Alright, just wanted to see what kind of reaction I could get. I'll just have the usual fried fish and omelet. No need for anything fancy, but do try to make something edible. How rude, but I can't actually say it's wrong. I'd like you to pick me up a copy of the Liberal News from the General Goods Store. They're supposed to be getting the latest edition in today. Alrighty. 500 mirrors. If any money left over, you can have it as your allowance. However, that means no wasteful spending. Money, 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 money. Alright, we're heading out now. See you later. Good work and give Scheherazade my regards. Ooh, that's smooth. Oh, Jesus. Alright, let's go. No idea where I'm going, but I'm going. Actually, what I need to check is... Okay. Okay, I'll take you that. That's my menu button. Okay. Oof. She is. They have the same agility, he just has a little more movement. And he's physically stronger than her, but magic. He's physically and magically stronger than her. She's just more defensive. And he has higher speed than her. That's weird. Alright. I doubt they have any ordnance. Items. Liberal can a map. Right. I don't have any ranged or backline people. Interesting. Okay, yeah. City Relent. Not too early or too late either. You just barely graduated from Sunday school. You barely. I never dreamed we'd have to study so hard to become bracers. Well, you're in luck. Today is our last day of training. Truth be told though, you're the one who was signed up to be a bracer in the first place, so I don't know why you'd expect to get away with any less effort. Oh yeah, I guess I did. Alright then, let's get to it and make it through this last hazing from Shara. You look ready to me. Let's go meet with Shara at the Bracers Guild over there then. Whee. That looked like a guild thing. Had a crest. There you two are. Good morning, Estelle. Good morning, Joshua. Oh. Morning. Good morning. Is Shara here already? Yeah, she's waiting for you upstairs. Once you finish today's training, you'll be recognized as members of the Bracers Guild. Good luck to the both of you. Thanks. We'll do our best. We. The Star and the Hangman, the Hermit and the Magician, and last of all, inversion through the Wheel of Fortune. This is a difficult combination. How should I interpret this? Good morning, Shara. Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua, this is a rare occasion for the both of you to show up so early. Since it's my last day of training, I figured why not? I'm ready to get this show on the road and become a bracer myself. I'll give you credit for your enthusiasm, but I'm going to work you hard today in every way I can think of to make sure that high spirit attitude of yours holds up. I hope you're ready. I can feel that enthusiasm dropping already. Quiet, you. Every time I teach you something, you somehow manage to forget it. This training is my way of trying to keep some of that information in your head, instead of letting it dribble out of your ears like it usually does. Yeah, she's picking on you. You're trash. Don't worry, Shara. While Estelle may hate studying and rarely ever does her homework, acts rashly, is over naive and has a tendency to stick her nose in everything, her instincts are sharp, so I'm sure she'll pick up on how to use an ornament with some practice. Eventually. Probably. I guess there's not much I can do now except hope for the best. Hold on a sec, Joshua. Somehow I get the feeling that you weren't standing up for me. He wasn't. Well, that's odd. I'm positive I described all your best traits accurately. Whatever. By the way, Shara, what were you trying to predict with your tarot cards? Your face was really intent. Oh, this? I was just trying to get a vague reading of what may happen in the near future. Unfortunately, I don't seem to be in the right mindset to interpret the cards correctly. You couldn't read the cards? Now that's surprising to hear. Actually, the more profound the meaning of the cards, the more difficult they become to interpret. But that's not important now. I think it's time we start your final training. I'll give you a brief rundown of all the information we've covered in the previous training. This is the minimal level of knowledge that bracers should have in order to function effectively. And Estelle, make sure you pay especially close attention to what I'm going to say. Yeah. Oh god, okay, about orbments. Let's go. Orbments are mechanical devices which operate by using what is known as orbital energy. A variety of effects can be produced depending on their structure and the type of quartz or processed septium installed, although it's only been about 50 years since their invention. These devices play an integral role in all facets of life, from lights, heaters, and other everyday products, to weapons, magic, and even airships. In connection, this technological reform is commonly known as the Orbital Revolution. Bracers are investigative and combat specialists who work to protect civilians and maintain the stability of their respective regions. They aid the community in various ways, such as exterminating monsters, preventing crime, finding lost items, and escorting people and goods. The Bracers Guild, which has established branches across the continent, manages the affairs of the Bracers in each region. The Kingdom of Liberl, in which we live, sits on the western half of the Zumerian continent and abounds with nature and deep-rooted traditions. Liberl is proud to be one of the leading producers of septium on the continent and is known for its high level of technology used to develop orbments. Orbment technology has also been a key pillar of support for Liberl in protecting its independence, as it has contended with neighboring nations. 10 years ago, when Liberl was invaded by the Erebonian Empire, it was the use of orbital-powered airships that saved the kingdom from defeat. Consequently, even now, our relationship with the Empire is somewhat sensitive, but thanks to the Queen's political finesse, Liberl enjoys peace. Let's see, since we've got a mountain of stuff to do today, I'll let you off the hook this time with a condensed review. I'm going to speed things up now and move on to the practical portion of your training. Shara, how is today's practical training any different from the training we've done before? Since it's practical, that means you will be experiencing things firsthand. Therefore, I'm going to have the both of you run through everything as if it were a real bracer job. So what you're saying is, there won't be any studying at a desk involved. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. This time, you'll have to go out and make a physical effort to accomplish your task. I'll make sure to have you work up a sweat, so I hope you're ready. Yes, that's seriously just what the doctor ordered. I didn't know what I was going to do if I had to sit another day with my tush parked at a desk. I guess I got all worked for nothing. Well, suddenly you're all bright and cheerful, Estelle. Let's just hope that smile on your face lasts until the end of today's training. Okay, let's get cracking on your first objective, shall we? Let's have it. Your first objective would be to confirm the details of the job you will be performing. But before that, there is something that we need to give the both of you. Are you ready? Here they are. Alright, you two, go get one each for yourselves. Boop. These are very important, so make sure not to lose them. Bracer notebooks. Bracer notebooks serve as the official way to record the status of your current jobs. Also, anything you may hear or anything that you may find and wear, these kinds of trivial things can often become clues. No matter how insignificant something may seem, always write it down. Understood? Oh, please tell me it was my ears playing tricks on me, because I swear I only got one response. Oh, I'm sure there were two. Keeping an accurate account of events is an important duty for all bracers. So get with the program and stop trying to make this out to be more than it really is. Estelle. Okay. Make sure you do. Alright then, let's begin. Look over by the door. You can see that there's a bulletin board standing there. First, I want you to go and check the job description posted there. Training retrieval. Client Scheherazade. Pay 500 Mira. Details direct request. This training will involve searching the sewers beneath the Relent and bringing back the contents of a chest. See Scheherazade for details. Got it. The race notebook can easily be found by clicking on the Books tab. Got it. Very good. Looks like you were able to see what was posted without any trouble. Checking the bulletin board is one of the most basic functions a bracer performs in their job. Checking regularly to see whether or not there are any urgent tasks which need immediate attention is also an important duty for bracers. Man, all this talk about duty is starting to cramp my style. Sure, there are a lot of rules to follow, but there's an equal level of responsibility in the jobs themselves. I think being a bracer calls for a much more than just someone with a half-hearted attitude. I guess you're right. I'll just have to be more motivated. Is that so? Had a change of heart, have you? Well, before that motivation sneaks off somewhere, let's get to work on your next task. We'll be heading across the street to Mr. Melder's Orbital Factory and learning how to use its services. He has graciously taken time out of his work schedule to explain things, so make sure to be on your best behavior. Teleportation. Love it. Here is where you will learn how to use an Orbital Factory services. At an Orbital Factory, you can modify your orbments and synthesize support quartz in order to use orbital arts. Arts have a wide range of effects, and if mastered, can be extremely helpful. The bracer business is a pretty risky occupation, so the guild has had a long-standing relationship with these orbital factories. Anyway, this is about as much as I can explain. I'll leave the technical details to the expert. So, Mr. Melders, if you wouldn't mind taking over from here. No problem. So, what is it that you would like to know about? Orbments. Orbments are mechanical devices which exhibit an array of effects through the installation of various types of quartz. By definition, that means the lights, airship engines, and so on are also types of orbments. However, the ones we will be discussing today are battle orbments, which enhance the user's physical abilities and make it possible to use magic. Since each orbment is adjusted to match the owner's personal aptitude, the structures for the devices are also different for each owner. Simply put, the shape of the fixed element slots and lines with which connect them vary at any rate. That's the layman's explanation. In order to install quartz, you must first have an open slot. By default, the central slot is open, but the other slots must be opened at an orbital factory like this. It'll take a fair amount of septith or EP, which is needed for magic. We'll also see a max increase according to the number of open slots. I recommend opening them all as soon as possible. So, what is it about you would like to know? Next, orbital arts. Simply put, orbital arts are magic, which can be discharged exclusively through the use of battle orbments. In other words, a number of peculiar effects can be produced by using the orbital energy stored within these mechanical devices. Since orbital arts can be a mouthful, they are most universally referred to as arts. Probably ought to have been called that from the get-go. There are several types of arts, but in order to be able to use them, their corresponding quartz must first be synthesized at an orbital factory. Orbments are also set up so that once a particular quartz is installed into a slot, the owner will be able to use those arts. The type of arts one can use also changes depending on the elemental value and the combination of installed quartz. Basically, if you want to use water arts, all you have to do is install quartz with a water elemental value. In reality, orbments are much more complex than what I have described, but I think this information should suffice for now. No, Cream, I'm not at work. What was it? I'm off Wednesdays and Thursdays now? Quartz are circuits made from septith. Quartz have a vast number of effects and raise the owner's abilities, while simultaneously making it possible for them to use arts. However, you will not be able to harness any of these effects until quartz has been installed into a slot. Yes, finally. However, there are also fixed slots in which only a certain type of elemental quartz can be installed. This being the case, when you synthesize a new quartz, be sure to check your orbment and decide where you'll be installing it ahead of time. So, well, there's so much reading. Quartz are circuits made from Septeth. Quartz have a vast number of effects in raising owners' abilities, while simultaneously making it possible for them to use arts. However, you will not be able to harness any of these effects until quartz has been installed into a slot. However, there are also fixed slots in which only a certain type of elemental quartz can be installed. This being the case, when you synthesize a new quartz, be sure to check your orbment and decide where you'll be installing it ahead of time. So, thank God, Septeth. Septeth are fragments of septium, which are dropped by monsters. They are divided into seven types: earth, water, fire, wind, time, space, and mirage. Septeth can be exchanged for mirror, also anywhere, but at the orbital factory it can be used to synthesize quartz and to open orbment slots in which to install the synthesized quartz. So alright, that seems about it. Let's go. It looks like Mr. Melders has answered all your questions. If there's nothing else, then let's have you both try and use the services here. For that, you're going to need some Septeth. So with that amount, you two should be able to get a few. Now I want you to begin first by making an elemental quartz that will work with each of your particular orbments. In your case, any elemental quartz is okay, but for you, Joshua, it has to be a time elemental. Normally at a shop you would be able to exchange Septeth for mirror, but for this training you will not be able to use this service. Gotcha. Oh, let's talk to the other child. Quartz. Ooh. So I need a time one. Anyway. Oh, goodness. Fire would make her defense go down. That's ridiculous. Why can't you just make the attack one just increase the damage? That's max HP increase, and that's defense bonus. I will take the defense one for Estelle, because Estelle is already defensive. Actually, I can technically get one of each. Yeah, I'm gonna just get one of each. Alright, looks like you were able to synthesize one. Next, I want you to increase the arts you can use. Now install quartz into your orbment so that you can use both recovery and attack arts. Yours can only take action. So I get Clock Up and Soul Blur. And they said recovery. So this would give me Tear and Aqua Bleed. Alright, looks like you got both recovery and attack arts set up. If you balance your arts out between each other like you've done here, it should make dealing with monsters much easier. Additionally, your bracer notebooks contain information about which quartz allow you to use which arts. If you'd like to use more powerful arts, check out the art and quartz chart in your bracer notebooks and find something that works for you. Alright, our training here is almost finished. Last of all, I'm going to have one of you open a new slot in your orbments. The more slots you have available for you, the broader range of choices you'll have. Since EP, which is consumed by using arts, can have its max value increased by opening up slots, it would be a good idea to open them all early on. Now, I want you to use the Septeth and open a slot for each of your orbments. Go ahead and decide which slot's going to open. Okay, so I get to... Wow. That's tragic. It's like, yeah, we want you to be able to open this one up. Hilarious. But it's going to take all 30. Alright, all 30. Again. Alright, so what do I want to do? Do I want to give it to Estelle or Joshua? I want to give it to Estelle. I feel like Estelle's going to get jumped more often. I see you've managed to open one of your orb slots, Estelle. Since your central slot is not limited to a particular element, you are free to install any type of ports you like. This concludes our training here at the Orbital Factory. Now it's time to move on to what you've both been waiting for, the qualification test. Pardon? Did you just say test? You can't honestly tell me that you forgot about the test again, can you? Didn't I remind you this just this morning? Oh, yeah, I vaguely remember something like that. Sometimes I fear for the future of the Bracer Guild and humanity. Damn, that is rude, lady. I don't know if I'm ready for. How about a little less yapping, a little more walking? No, Mr. Melders, Freddy, thank you for your help. Don't mention it, and good luck with the test of yours. We'll be rooting for you. But remember that you left me high and dry. All your training has come down to this. Your qualification test will begin here. I expect to see you both use what you've learned up to this point. Understood? What's wrong, Estelle? Shara? What? I was kind of wondering, is there going to be a paper test or something? Did Cass just drop you on your head as a child or something? You just read what it said on the bulletin board not that long ago, right? Yeah, and I even made you jot down what you read in your bracer notebooks. Unless you forgot that too. I'm pretty sure the job listing mentioned searching for and retrieving an item from the sewers. Ringing any bells? What a relief. O divine Adios, I give thanks to thee for thy infinite grace in bestowing upon us wonderful gifts as sewers. You thought it was a paper test. No wonder you were acting all crazy back at the Orbital Factory. I can really feel the nostalgia. All those horrible days stuck in the classroom are starting to feel like grand memories indeed. I'm really starting to wonder if we'll be able to graduate at all. What's wrong with you? Why do you have to go and say something like that when I'm trying to reminisce about positive things? Alright, that's enough jabbering, you two. This is supposed to be a test, so how about the both of you try to at least look a little anxious? Just so you know though, if you do happen to flunk the test, you don't even want to imagine the kind of homework I have in store for the both of you. We'll be fine. Just tell us what you want us to do and let us loose. Well, if you're so confident, then how about proving that you're not just blowing hot air with the results of your test? Anyway, as you both saw on the bulletin board, this test will be a search conducted in relentless sewers. Your objective is to retrieve the contents of the chest, which has been placed somewhere in the area. The layout of the sewers is extremely simple, so you won't need to worry about getting lost either. However, there are real, living, breathing monsters down there, so if you get careless and let down your guard, you will be sorry. Also, let me give you this before I forget. Healing. What's this book for? It's called a monster guide, and it's used to record information about monsters and other opponents you meet. Whenever you figure out an opponent's enemy's attributes, you should make an immediate note of it there. Sounds pretty straightforward to me. He who controls the flow of information controls the tide of battle. That's exactly what I'm saying. You really got a good head on your shoulders, Joshua. That's some pretty useful advice. Thanks for the tip, Shara. We'll put it to good use. Alrighty then, let's get pumped and knock out this test. Let's. Don't forget though, this is an exam. We should make sure we treat it as such. Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, God. Oh. There seems to be a recovery point set up over here. Let's use it if our HP and EP become low before I get into any further battles. That's useful. Orbit charging stations are recovery points set up in dangerous areas. As a recovery point is approached, a exclamation mark will appear and 2 choices will be displayed. By pressing the OK button and selecting the rest option, all HP and EP will be restored. Okay. Monsters at 12 o'clock. Be careful not to let them take advantage on your blind side. Monsters cannot be seen from far away. They will become visible as you approach them. The conditions at the start of a battle will change depending on how a monster is engaged. Engaging an enemy from behind is advantageous, while being attacked by an enemy from behind is disadvantageous. Battle order bar indicates who attacks first. It starts from the top and moves down. Okay. I don't need. Oh my god. Attack an enemy. I'm ignoring that. I'm sorry. I can't stand when games do that. Like, every action you take needs to be hinted at. The fact that they have little bits of voice acting, but they don't want to pay for a voice actor to do everything, kind of bothers me. Ugh. Juicy bone. That sounds gross. Here comes some more. Depending on the enemies, some physical attacks may be ineffective. Let's use arts, not physical attacks. Okay. Aha. Okay. Yeah, I would assume. Arthur, they literally just said this. Ooh, the experience is so low. Also, why am I starting at level 3? Crisp onion, I need that. Craps. That easy? Come on! Oh, I love it. Oof. Useful. Ow. Almost one-shot you with the attack buff. Whack. Yeah, why? I'm actually kind of interested in why they have you starting at level 3, technically. Reviving bomb, just in case I die. The door is rusted and appears to be locked. Yeah. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh. These are actions which allow S-Crafts to be immediately unleashed while ignoring the battle order. Once the CP gauge has reached 0, S-Crafts will be used as S-Breaks can be changed by going to Tactics and then set S-Break within the main menu. Press the break button to unleash the X-Break. Okay. Now press the break button by trying to unleash a break button. If you are using a keyboard, you may use the numbers 1 through 4 number or the arrow keys selected when unleashing. Okay. Cool. Oh, yours is a single target. Oh no. That's gross. Pommel. That's actually super cute. Sever. Okay, those that looks so cute. Their tiny bodies just throwing damage. Look at all this septip, but I need like 30. There's nothing over here. I have no idea what the final battle is going to be about, because it looked like it was the final battle over there. So I'm going to go heal. This is like tutorial mode though. But yeah. So that's the trust chest we're after, huh? If we've made it this far, the rest is going to be a piece of cake. Seems like we've got a little breathing room at least. Let's play Coast Sentinel battle order this time. There should be a number of ways to get more mileage out of our actions. Aha. Turn bonuses have the same effect regardless of whether they are allotted to an ally or a foe. Using an S-break to ignore the battle order makes it easy to jump in and strip an enemy of their turn bonus. That is a thing I would love. I need to make sure I do. I don't. Why? Okay. Okay. Do I have enough for my craft? I know. I was about to say. My craft is 20 and I have 1. Never mind. I don't know why I thought I was going to have enough in any way, shape, or form. You missed. Ow. Jumped. Jumped. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's ridiculous. Yeah, get your 13 HP. Oh my goodness. Whack. Ah, he's next to get jumped. Nope, never mind. I'm on my way back here and it's just doing nothing. Oh, I got to go immediately.
Alright, we're good to go.
Look at the experience. I have like all of this food stuff now. Small box. That's weird. There's a couple of boxes inside the treasure chest. The fact that there's not just one but two is kind of interesting too. Wonder what's inside. Remember, Estelle, our mission is to search and retrieve only. I'm pretty sure looking inside those boxes doesn't fall under our mission objective. You're no fun at all, Joshua. This has nothing to do with our mission. It's just what I like to call good honest curiosity. You know, we're the only ones down here. We can get away with a teensy-weensy peek, right? If you feel like flunking today's test, then by all means, be my guest. Did you say the F word? Yes. Yep. Opening one of these boxes could result in an automatic fail for the both of us. If this was a real job, the contents of these boxes would belong to the client. And as long as they were nothing illegal, we would have no right to open them. I know you're right, Joshua, but I just can't help myself. If you absolutely have to know what's inside, why not ask Miss Sharon when we get back? But for now, we need to focus on getting out of here. Alright. Ugh. Oh my god, I can move faster. I have no idea what's gonna happen after this. I can run into a boss. I'm not taking no chances. Woo. Good work, you two. As a rule of training, I'm going to need to confirm the items in your possession. Yeah, they're the real deal, alright. I don't see any evidence of tampering either. That was a close one. I figured she would try and set us up like that. Congratulations to the both of you. You have successfully passed your qualification test. You didn't really think something that simple would be a problem for us, did you? So, Cheryl, what's in those boxes you had us get? That's for me to know and you to find out after your training is finished. That's enough chit-chat for now. So let's get back to work. You two still have some things left to do. But didn't you say that we passed the test? You still have to learn how to report the results of your work. I'm aware that you're both tired, but this is no time to shirk your duties. Let's get back to the guild. When is this going to be over? Oh well, no sense in giving up when the finish line's in sight. Agreed, it seems like we're within reaching distance of our goal. Your final training is how to report to the guild. Whenever you finish a job, it is your duty to report the results of your work to the guild. Reporting how you resolved the situation and the steps you took to get there are all part of your job as a bracer. You can report your results to the front desk in each guild branch, and as you already know by now, Aina is in charge here at the Roland branch. In addition, this is where you will be paid for your work. I look forward to seeing great things from both of you. Now that we're here, why don't you both go ahead and report the results of today's training? I don't care. Just let me talk to the lady. Like, yes, report. 1 BP. Bracer point? Nice. Good job, you two. It seems like you're able to complete your objective without running into any major problems. Another thing to take note of is that depending on how you handle a job, you may see an increase or decrease in the amount of pay you receive. When you report the results of your work to the guild, pay in the form of mirror isn't the only thing you will receive. You will also accumulate points, which are known as BP. I was right. BP are an indication of your achievements as a bracer. When these points exceed a certain value, you will advance in rank as a bracer and be awarded with a piece of special equipment by the guild. The ranks of junior bracer start at 9 and go all the way up to 1. Please set your sights on making first rank and work hard. The amount of Miron BP you receive will also be recorded in your bracer notebook, so please have a look sometime later on. All that's left to do is finalize your training. Let's head back upstairs, shall we? I'll talk to you later, Anna. And sorry for putting more work on your plate today than usual. Yeah, it's important. I fully intend to work these two to the bone in any case. To the bone? And knowing sure it'll involve the whip. Tragic. Let me say again. Good work, you two. You have now officially completed the entire training course. From now on, you'll be learning from your own real-world experience. Well then. Aren't those boxes the ones, yes, that we just picked up? In answer to your question, yes, these are the boxes you retrieved during today's test. How much time has passed between getting them, going to have that conversation? What? Her memory is trash. You seem awfully curious to find out what's inside us now. Are you saying that it's okay if we open them? That's right. Why don't the both of you have a look at to see what's inside? Sweet. Alright, let's have a look. Junior Bracer Emblem. So this means that we are Estella Bright, Joshua Bright. Beginning this day at 1500 hours, you are both hereby appointed as junior bracers within the Bracers Guild. From here on, you will work as members of the Bracer Guild to support the livelihood of those around you and defend peace and uphold justice. Congratulations, you two, and welcome into the fold. Did you hear that, Joshua? We've become members of the Bracer Guild. So I'm a bracer now. Huh. I think the realization is only just beginning to sink in. Come on, Joshua. You should be jumping for joy or running around and screaming at the top of your lungs like this. Not doing that. I was happy until you made my eardrums bleed. I hate to interrupt the celebrations, Estelle, but I need to take off now. I have some backed up work that needs my immediate attention. We understand. You have been spending a lot of extra hours with us during this busy time for the guild. But before you head out, Shara, I just wanted to say thanks. Likewise. I appreciate all the trouble you've gone through for us, Shara. Don't mention it. Training new recruits is one of the Bracer's many duties. Believe it or not, I was once in your shoes a long time ago, when your father Castus trained me. So that's why you have so much respect for my dad, huh? There's actually much more to it than that, but I'll save that conversation for another day. As for the both of you, work hard to become full-fledged bracers early on so you can help guide these new recruits who come after yourselves. And in time, I hope to see you both become respectable bracers like your father. Anyway, I'll leave you with that thought. I just don't get it. Get what? This is Scheherazade, aka the Silver Streak, one of the most skilled young bracers we're talking about. So why is it that she holds Dad in such high esteem? He just seems like nothing more than a no-good middle-aged man who was always out doing who knows what instead of being a father. Damn. A no-good middle-aged man, huh? From your viewpoint, it doesn't cause a surprise that you would see him in that fashion. Never mind. Let's hurry and head home. We should let Dad know that we qualified as junior bracers. Right. Anything else? No? Got it.